Good morning, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Hope you're doing well today. And we are live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So today, I want to talk about something I term as not the parent syndrome. I think I'm curious if I should patent that one. But not the parent syndrome. How many times do you I do my sports analogy with my son the other day. Say, hey, you should do this, this, and that. And they don't listen. They may listen a little bit. It's in the back of their brain. But until like a coach says that to them, that they finally listen, put two and two together. Sometimes I call it not the parent syndrome. They don't listen to you. Or you can tell them, put your stuff away. Say, I told you, Jed. I've been telling you to do it this way forever. That happens all the time as a Scrum Master and Agile coach. No matter where you go, that happens. So I want to talk about that and how to compensate for that activity. And it's okay. It's natural. It happens everywhere. I want everyone to understand that. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to put the EU job things from Tuesday night up on the screen. So EU job things are scrolling across the screen as we do this. So anyway, so we're going to talk about not the parent syndrome today, something different that came to my mind just in general. So I figured I'd share that because I was thinking about mistakes I've made in the past. And this is one of the ones I made a mistake, and I still do, that I wanted to share some ways that I have done to compensate for that. So it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master, Agile Coach, and I hope you're doing great today. And we do the show to help you bring value to the customer without working crazy hours, getting stuff accomplished, and get home to family and friends so that you can tell your kids you should do this and they don't listen to you. And then you can have fun in the office and at home. So what is this? I don't have any kids, Greg. I don't understand what you're saying. Well, if you have kids, you'll definitely know. You understand that. You coach a team. There's a Bubbles tail in here somewhere. There's Bubbles. She's here, by the way. Trying to get attention. Here. Since you're such a lovey-dovey, let's say hi to everyone. Hey, there she is. Here's the Bubbles. Please give us a click and like for Bubbles. It's a thing where you could be teaching Scrum or say you should do daily Scrum this way, or this is what it should be like. And sometimes they don't get it. They don't have a picture in their head on how it would be. She had someone the other day ask me if I could have any videos of that. If anybody wants to do some things, I got some ideas. If some Scrum Masters want to do some video clips and some practice, we can do that. Maybe I'll put that together one day. But anyway, I'm off topic. So you always try to show them they don't want to do it, or your kids, in my case, be like, hey, put your when you're batting, use your legs. Don't use your arms. Make sure your batting stance isn't too spread out. Stuff like that just doesn't get. They just ignore it. They get it. They ignore it. It's the parent. They hear it every day. It's just another rant from the parent to how to do things better. So sometimes we have to change things up. How do we do that? Well, we get our kids on with coaches. We as Agile coaches, myself, get coaches on how to do things and learn things from them to think that I can't do everything myself. And sometimes I need help. Sometimes I need give my teams a different perspective on what I'm coaching from a different person, just so they hear it from more than one person. When you do mathematical analysis, right? AI or whatever you want to do, you do multiple data points, right? So I always talk about having more than one data point to establish that this is the right way of doing it. Sometimes the data point is have another person in, or we're going to do two things. One, you can bring experts in, which I've done in the past. I was Agile coach, transformation guy, whatever you want to call it, for a company. And I was able to get them to a point, but they weren't getting it from a technical perspective, the real technical development part of Agile. So I worked out a deal with the CIO to bring in some people I knew that were, quote, geeky, that techies that write this code, to show them how this works, with them. They got it. They clicked within a day or two. They're just cranking out stuff in a different way, in a different pattern that they didn't do before. But how I had to bite my own ego, right? Sometimes as Scrum Masters and as your coaches, you have to absorb your own ego and bring people in. It's okay. It's not a punishment. It's not a defeat. It's not that you're not any good or you're less value to the organization, but you're actually more valuable to the organization because you realize that you need to bring a second thought, a second data point into the team. And that's actually more valuable. Some people won't see it that way, but the people that are real leaders, that are real growth people, that really understand business, will realize that person is so comfortable where they are. They're comfortable enough to bring other people in, to bring a second thought or show a different example, a different way of thinking into the organization. Those are the real leaders, by the way. So you have to be able to do that, and you'll realize that you can't do everything. So they came in, they showed some technical stuff and did it from an Agile perspective. Another way is have some of your people attend another group's meetings. Let's say you, as an Agile coach or Scrum Master, go sit and attend some of your other coworkers' Agile events, right? So maybe one of those events is really good, right? So that's one of the things. Why don't you invite some of the people on your team to go sit in on their meets? I mean, you make a deal with the other Scrum Masters. Say, is it okay if we go and meet, and or have some people come watch what you do, because I think what you do is really good. And get that second opinion. Show them another example of how it could work. Sometimes they just need that to get over those humps. That's it. And you just got to squash your own ego and let that happen. So that's one of the ways you get a not the parent syndrome, because your real goal as a parent is for your children to grow past you sometimes. I mean, I've seen places. I live in Philly. I've seen some stuff. And I've been tutoring way back in my 20s, young kids in bad parts of town, and I've heard everything. Some things I still haven't heard. I'm still learning. I'm like, whoa. But the idea is that no matter what, as long as my team gets better, I don't care how they get better, right? I don't care if it's from me or somebody else. Sometimes you got to jump out and say, hey, maybe you need a fresh set of people to hear it from. Maybe it'll take a couple of people to hear it from before you realize, yeah, that was right. Maybe Craig was right. It's just like I had one, and tell you one little quick story. I had one developer message me in LinkedIn after we worked together, and he was still connected. He says, you don't realize how good and how efficient it was until you go to other companies. So this is one of my teams where I had them rocking and rolling, and they were just cranking stuff out. And then they go to another company that's, quote, Agile. And they're like, Greg, nah, you don't realize how fast you were and how good the team was and how much enjoyment, how much fun you had when you really create a good Agile team. And it's just fun. And they don't get it, because most people don't understand. They don't go see what other people do. They think they know all the answers, and they have to have all the answers. That's a bad part of some managers too. Like, they feel like they have to have the answers to everything. And this could be another topic, why they have to create all these meetings and go to everyone's meetings, because they got to know everything. And you don't. That's not how it works. That's how it doesn't work in the brain. Look at your children. They ignore you all the time. And it's not until you bring a coach in, sign them up, someone else do it. And you got to take a step back from being a parent. I'm going to let them go. I'm going to let them do their thing. They're going to learn a different angle of what I've been saying, but let it go. And that's also where some parents make the mistake too. They think, well, I'm going to coach my team. I'm going to coach them. I'll tell them what to do. No. Let the coach have it. Back off. Now, do I yell at my kid about his stance? Yes, I still do. I said, see, get that stance in, man. You're swinging too hard, whatever. But I'll give him credit. Last night, he got hit with a baseball, took it. He's a big man now. Anyway, but that's the thing about not the parent syndrome. So keep an eye out for not the parent syndrome. And sometimes we, as parents and coaches and scrum masters and leaders, have to take a step back, bring in some experts, let them share, find different avenues for them to see good stuff. And we need to go out and see what other people are doing so we can bring those good habits back to our teams and offer them as opportunities for them to see how these other teams are operating. Don't be scared. That's the problem. So many people are freaking terrified about sharing and opening up the door. Oh, I don't want you to see what's going behind my curtain. You got to open it up. You got to let people in. It's better that way. It's better in the long term. So better for your own mental health. So that's what I got for today. Remember, not the parent syndrome exists in Scrum, exists in tech, exists in business as well as home. Sorry to say, there are going to be people who won't listen to you until you get a coach to teach them how to do things. I used to deal with my daughter too, and my son went through swimming. I could teach them how to swim. Are they going to listen to me on how to swim? No, of course not. I gave up. I said, screw it. I'm signing you up for the swimming lessons because you ain't listening to me. Maybe you'll listen to another person. But I could easily teach them how to swim. But, I could work on stuff. They do stuff and we'll practice things. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're not doing it. And I'm not helping you. Anyway, with that, I want to wish you a good day. Happy scrumming. Bubbles is already out. She just came in here. She's just quiet over here and that thing. And I hope you make it to the Agile Online Summit. It's going to be great stuff. Great conversations I'm having. I'm hoping to share those conversations and presentations with you all during the summit. Again, you can sign up for free. And if you want to be able to get the recordings way past that, and you sign up for their little premium package deal, whatever it is, so that you can watch it anytime you want. And IABA is coming up. I believe it's October 19th. Let me see. Yeah, next week on Wednesday. I should post some stuff on LinkedIn. I'll do that today. So again, I want to wish you all the best. Have a great day and see you tomorrow. Hopefully job reports gets better, but I'm not sure how much better it's going to go. We'll see again next week. But this was the first week that it actually dropped like a rock, especially here in Philadelphia. So I wish you the best. And yes, we all have this not the parent syndrome. Take care. Bye. Happy scrumming. And